Hello, group. Welcome to Action Rock Corner. I'm your host, Richard May. Today, Zero Bars, Life and Hell. This is a reproduction of their cassette cover. See, you can see the songs, right? I guess so. Decent cover. It's just a punk band working the clubs in Toronto, Canada. I'm not checking out, what if you're with a major label or any of that nonsense. If I somehow get word of you, one way or the other, you catch my eye, in the 30 seconds I give you to get my attention when the music plays, if I like it, I review it. I like it. I think you will too. It's just basic, hardcore punk rock. I would say early 80s. You may hear a little bit of the later 80s leading to the grunge movement. Fine. But the music is accessible. It's not thrashy or speed, but still it's hardcore. 6 songs, 11 and a half minutes, and you're out of here. I couldn't understand what the singer was singing about. You'll hear it. It's not quite traditional singing, but it's not barking or growling or any of that other nonsense. It's basic early 80s, whatever. And they're singing about what they know about, which is trying to get gigs and trying to get people to pay attention to them. So they're complaining about the punk gatekeeper keeping them down in Toronto. Whoever that might be. Guy that books bands in bars or some fanzine. They don't explain. They just refer to this person as a gatekeeper. And they can't get through that gate. Let them through, buddy. They're fine. I'm sure live they bring it. Because this is DIY. There's no high-priced producer for this. They did it themselves. This is their second release. The first one was their demos, which is as DIY as you get. That was only 4 songs in 5.5 minutes. Now they do 6 in 11.5. So, it's all do it yourself. And it sounds it. While still, it's a cool mix. The music comes across well. And I like it. And I didn't understand the lyrics at all at first. And around house arrest, where it slows down, that I understood. Those lyrics you understand. And the first 4 songs are about their career as a punk band and trying to, get going. House arrest is just not leaving your apartment for whatever reason. I'm living that right now. And then the last song, the Mountain Song. Now, I'm going to make clear, I have no idea what those lyrics are because it's not their song. It's the Cruza F's. Trying to keep this PG-13, boys and girls. That's a band I ought to look up. The Cruza F's. Cruza Ducks. It rhymes with Cruza Duck. All right. So they do a cover, and so they do 5 originals in the cover. And the first 4 songs are about the scene. And ADS, a description of situation, which is about the punk gatekeeper. The song I kept that I really appreciated is the song Prove It. You know, for my YouTube likes to listen to later when I shuffle that. Okay, shuffle YouTube and show me what I like. I kept Prove It because you're not going to understand the lyrics, but if you go on Bandcamp, this is on YouTube. Okay, this is on YouTube. But when you go on Bandcamp, they'll give you the lyrics. So you don't have to play it on Bandcamp. You just go on Bandcamp, press the lyric symbol, and it gives you the lyrics. Prove It lyrically, I really appreciate. But maybe in a different way than they mean it. I'm not sure. Because at first blush, he's going to a mid-sized show, you know, around 1,000 people, 800,000 people. He has to pay a lot of money to see this punk band, this legacy punk band. His name's Bob Mould. And, he spent a lot of money to see this band. What they charge nowadays? 80, 60, 80, 50 to see these old coot bands in a mid-sized place with 800 to 1,000 people in it. And that's what we're all doing. They're all charging because you don't get label support for touring anymore as they did in the 20th century. You're on your own. You have to make your money touring. So as a band. And so they charge real money to go see them perform. 30, 40, 50, 100. You've been there. And he's saying, prove it. And I think my first blush was him saying, prove it. It was about, prove to me you're still a punk. Even though I spent all this money, I'm not in a dive bar with horrible bathrooms. I'm in a nice place. Name your nice place in your town, your theater, your dinner theater place, whatever. And, prove to me you still got your chops and you still have the attitude. That's my first blush. And then, how much are we paying for these shows? And how much are we paying for merch? To buy a t-shirt. And, we were kids. When we were younger. The price of a ticket was more reasonable, it would be about whatever it cost, whatever you made to work for an hour, at the store, whatever your summer job, your night job was as a kid. And you're making, 5, 6, 7, $8 an hour. And the show was about $6, $7, $8 a ticket. Treat the girlfriend. Okay, second hour. And even as adults, it's like even as a young adult and you start your career, you work an hour. There's the money to buy the record, buy the CD, go to the show, another hour, buy the t-shirt. And, okay, 1 hour work, I get the record, I see the show, another hour, I'll buy the t-shirt. Now with what they're charging, at least in America, I'm talking about American dollars, I'm sure it's the same wherever you are in the world. Now, when they're charging $40 and $60 or more to see a live show, you're not making. Now, if you are, bless your heart, we love you. No shade. But most of us are not making 40, 50 hours, $50 an hour. Or whatever, whatever your unit of money is, pounds, francs, whatever. But we're not working like 3 hours, 2-3 hours. No matter how much we make, you may be an educated person, and you're an architect or you're a professional, for Pete's sake. You're teaching. You're a professor. It still represents about 2-3 hours of your work to pay for the ticket to see this show. 2-3 hours, not 1 hour, 2-3 hours. To earn the money to see this show, buy the t-shirt, and Final Records. Holy crap. $35 for Final Records or $40 or whatever. That's not 1 hour's of work. That's like we were kids. That's now 2 to 3 hours of work. So when Cyril Bars talks about proving it, you really got to prove it because we really paid. And that's part of the lyrics is I paid to be here. I paid a lot to be at this show. Yes, we did. We paid a lot. You better bring it. And many of you are musicians. And a lot of you may still be in dive bars, and it's only $10 to get it. Cover charge. Even less than that. It's $1 again. It's an hour, to see a band if you're just going to a corner bar to catch a couple of punk bands. And that's great. That's what I prefer to do. I like a nice corner bar with a couple dozen people with me checking out a band. I prefer that to an arena. Getting lost in a crowd, getting separated from my friends among 15,000, 16,000 people. I prefer intimate shows where it's 1 hour of work to see a band rather than 2 or 3 hours. When you're a musician in that situation, you're charging that much. Yeah, prove it. Yeah, prove it every night. And you always did. Always did. When we were kids, when today, you always did have to prove it. But now, it's costing us, the consumer, a lot more money to see you play. Prove it. Prove it's worth it. So, if you're in Toronto, Canada, and Cyril Bars is playing a gig, check them out. And of course, check out their 2 releases on YouTube or Bandcamp if you want to see the lyrics. But we're a YouTube channel. Cyril Bars on YouTube Music. I enjoyed it immensely all day long. And I really did enjoy it. And it made me regret not listening to more punk in the 1980s instead of the crap I often find myself listening to in the 1980s. I'm late to the punk game, but I'm here now. I'm here for you. So, I wanted to mention Cyril Bars. Yeah, that's a 21st century band name. Zero bars, as in 0 bars in your phone or tablet or whatever electronic device you're working with. Yeah, that's your modern nightmare. 0 bars. Didn't mean anything to anyone in 1980, whatever. Today, the worst thing ever. 0 bars. Good 21st century punk band name in 2025. Good work. Anything else I'm supposed to mention? So it's, yeah, like I said, it's hardcore punk, but accessible. And it's produced. No high-priced producers. Do it all in-house. And that's what I got. I like it. Check out 0 bars. You like this video? Give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell. Remember, 0 Bars' album is called Life in Hell. The first one is Demos 2023. Ring the notification bell. And leave a comment. Listen. Between the two is not even 20 minutes of your life. Unless you don't subscribe to YouTube Music and then you gotta pay for, to get the advertising in between. Even with the advertising, I think it still is only slightly over 20 minutes to listen to their entire recorded career so far. And come back, listen to some and come back. You hear what I hear? I hear some tasty, accessible punk. I do. Any of us should be able to get into this band and go, yeah, it's not thrashy, it's not speed punk or whatever, but it still is hardcore and accessible. Even when I didn't understand the lyrics, I dug it. It relates in action rock, garage rock, punk, psychobilly, rockabilly, classic legacy bands. Come back here to Action Rock Corner, we'll have it for you. Remember, fresh music is as important as fresh food. Keeps you regular, body and soul and mind. and thank you for watching. Have fun with your music. Did I hold this upside down twice already? I don't know. I get a suspicion I did. It's hard to tell with this illustration. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again soon.